Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been doing well. Today's video is going to be all about my new to me, the Row Margaux bag, and this is the shoulder version of the Margaux in the size 12. And I absolutely love this bag. I will link to the video where I revealed this bag, but basically I just got it in Tokyo at the end of August. And it was such a great find. This bag has definitely been on my wish list for a very long time, specifically the shoulder version. I love the look of the regular Margaux, but to be honest, I am just not going to spend that kind of money on a bag that I can't fit over my shoulder unless it's a Birkin bag. And obviously, to each their own. It does seem like the regular Margaux with the shorter handles is super popular, and a lot of people love that bag. For me, though, I just knew that the shoulder version was going to be the only way to go. And a lot of that is because I do live in a city and I walk almost everywhere, and I don't own a car and I don't drive. So, similar with the Birkin 30, I love the look of the Birkin 30 and I think it's a great bag, but the reason why I probably won't get one, and this is, as long as I live my current lifestyle of not owning a car and having to walk everywhere, I just feel like that bag over the crook of your arm is going to get heavy after a while, unless the bag is much smaller. So the Birkin 25 is handheld and that's fine for me, but anything bigger than that, I'm really going to need to fit over my shoulder just for comfort. So that is a big reason why the shoulder Margaux in particular was the one that I wanted. And I would say over the last 6 months or so, I have been really looking at the Row website, and every once in a while it would come back in stock. But the only color I ever saw this bag available in was called Deep Marine, and I think it was like a really dark navy blue color. And I just hesitated a little bit because I don't have any navy blue bags. And I don't really think that's a color I wear very often. I know it's a great neutral, and I know like a lot of people can pull it off really well, but just in my particular wardrobe, I don't really wear a lot of navy blue. And actually the only navy blue bag I had was the Dior clutch. I ended up selling that recently. And because this is quite an expensive bag, I was just hesitating on purchasing it in that color. And then also I had never seen this bag in real life. And for such a big purchase, like I really did want to be able to try it on and like think about it and see it on my own body before I kind of pulled the trigger. So I just never ended up pulling the trigger on the one I saw on the website whenever I did see it on there. And it was kind of hit or miss. Like I feel like with the Row, you kind of have to like keep checking back for their popular items. But as I mentioned in my reveal video, I found this bag at a secondhand shop in Tokyo during my last day, and I was just like overwhelmed because it was my last full day of shopping there, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I found this bag that I've been looking for, especially because in Tokyo, I did not see a lot of Row bags. I saw probably less than 3 Margaux bags, either the 10 or the 12, but never with the shoulder strap. Just the fact that I was able to find this bag on the last day of my trip in the exact color I was looking for, I just kind of felt like this was fate, and I'm so happy that I got it. So let's go into a little bit more of the features of the bag. So I've already added this little Hello Kitty charm that I picked up in Tokyo, and it's so cute. It has this beautiful grained leather, which I really like because I feel like it's going to hide any sort of scratches a little bit better than the smooth version. You can see that the Row is embossed very lightly down there. You really would not be able to find it unless you were looking for it. And it does have these little buckles here, and the buckles on this bag is in silver. And this is the back side. So the front and back look very much the same. There's just kind of this seam that runs across right here, and the handles are attached right here. And the sides are also the same, except this side does not have the Row embossed. The hardware does have the Row on there, as you can see, and let me see if the other side has it too. Yes. So both of the buckles on the sides have the Row. And then you just open it this way. It's pretty easy. There is a little bit of a closure here, so hopefully this will show. But you can close the bag by doing this. So the bag is a little bit more closed that way. To be honest, I'm probably never going to do this. I just see myself always just leaving it open just for ease so that I can get in and out of the bag very easily. I do like the fact that it's able to open pretty wide, considering that the way that this bag is designed with the leather bits coming in this way and this way, it does make the opening a little bit smaller than the base of the bag. So you will have to kind of like dig around for your items if this bag has a lot of stuff in it. I do find that this bag is spacious enough where it's not too cumbersome to find what you're looking for, and it's not a super deep bag. Like I have other tote bags that go much deeper, and that is a little bit more painful to kind of look for your stuff if they're at the very bottom. But since this bag isn't that deep, it's actually pretty easy to find what you're looking for. And I have the dust bag here. If you were curious what the dust bag looks like, it's very, very minimal, and it's just this like plain white cotton dust bag. It's very soft, and then it has the row down here, and the back is plain. And this is the paperwork that came with the bag when I purchased it. So it came as a full set. And this is a little tag in Japanese. These are the details. You can see it says the row Margaux shoulder 12 in black. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the interior does have a little bit of scratches at the bottom. It is leather lined, and this part right here that kind of reinforces the bottom is in leather, and it's smooth leather. So you can see some of the scratches, which honestly, I do not mind. This was gonna happen anyway, even if I was the first owner of this bag, and I'm totally fine with this. As far as pockets, it does have two flat pockets. So there's on this side, there's a flat pocket here and a flat pocket here. So you can keep cards or anything smaller in here. And then on the other side, there is a zippered pocket right here. And what's nice about this one is that it kind of goes not quite the entire length of the bag, but it basically is double the size of the pockets over here. So these two are kind of divided, and they are two smaller pockets, but this one is a larger pocket and it zips up. So you would be able to kind of like hide or safely carry anything smaller that you didn't want to get lost. So that's a really nice feature. And then on the inside right here, it does say the row made in Italy, and that is embossed on this side. So that is pretty much it for the interior. I really, really love this bag, I have to say. I have been obsessed with this ever since I got it, and I've been using it nonstop. So I would say my favorite things about this bag are the fact that it is totally understated. The leather, you can just tell it's delicious. It's very, very high quality, and I love the grained leather. It makes it scratch resistant and just a little bit more hard wearing in my opinion. I also love the fact that this fits over my shoulder very, very comfortably, and I just feel like this is a great everyday size because it fits a ton. The bag also does come with 4 feet at the bottom, which is always a nice bonus. And because I did purchase this bag secondhand, you can see that the feet are not in super pristine condition, and there are a little bit of marks and scuffs just on the hardware, which again is totally fine with me. It was bound to happen whether I was the first owner of the bag or not, so that does not matter to me. This is my first bag ever from the row, so I have not had firsthand experience with any other products before. And for me, it is really the shoulder strap. I just would not have purchased this bag if it didn't have a longer shoulder strap. I think there is an east-west version that technically fits over the shoulder, but I'm not sure about that. And I think maybe the larger sizes, maybe the 17, fits over the shoulder, but I just knew that size was going to be way too big for me. As far as cons go, I would say the biggest con for me is the fact that it doesn't fit a laptop. If this bag was able to fit a laptop, I would say this is absolutely perfect because I would love to have used this as my new work bag. That's probably the only con on my side. I guess the other thing too that some people might be able to see as a con is the fact that it doesn't really have a super secure closure. It doesn't have a zip closure or anything like that. Like I mentioned, it does have a little bit of a toggle closure, but it is a little finicky in my opinion, and it's just not something that I would use. So I'd say for the opening, that is up to kind of your personal preference and your lifestyle. But yeah, let's go ahead and do kind of like a quick what fits. So first of all, I have my long wallet here, and it fits super nicely like that. If you opted for a card holder, you could definitely put that in one of the side pockets and still have plenty of space. I have my mini pochette here with all my daily essentials like Advil, floss, all that good stuff. I have my keys. I have a bag clip right here, which I'm going to just tuck in one of the pockets. I have a sunglass case. I have a power bank. And there's still plenty of room. I'm filming with my phone, but I have an old phone case here that fits. And then I also have my portable fan and my headphones and a foldable tote bag. So I would say those are probably going to be my daily essentials, and it does fit. I will say though that because the bag is leather and the inside is leather as well, it will get a little bit heavy, but because this is on your shoulder and also because the handles are rolled, I find that it's not super uncomfortable. I do like the fact that the handles are rolled, and that just provides a little bit more cushioning in my opinion. I find that the flat pieces of leather just kind of dig into your shoulder a little bit more than the rolled leather does. And let's take some of this out and give you some more options of other things that you could possibly put in here. So I'm going to take most of this stuff out, but I'm going to keep my wallet. So I'm going to keep the long wallet in here. And I wanted to show you that it does fit this toiletry bag as well. So this is the medium size. I'm forgetting the actual names. It's the toiletry 19. I think this is the 19. So this is the medium. You know, there's the 26, the 19, and then the smaller one, which I think is the 15. I have not been up to date on Louis Vuitton in a long time. So I love the fact that this also fits as well, because if for some reason you needed a slightly larger daily essentials bag than the mini pochette, because, you know, sometimes this can be limiting and sometimes you just need to carry more stuff with you, this one will fit very, very nicely like that. And I also did want to show you that while it doesn't fit a laptop, it does fit your Kindle, and this is the iPad mini. So I have both of these, which are kind of my travel essentials. I always need my Kindle and I always need my iPad mini on an airplane. And that fits really, really nicely as well. And then the last thing I did want to share with you is it does fit an 18-inch water bottle right here. You do have to angle it because you can see that the opening is a little bit small, but if you just go like this, it will fit at the very bottom. You would not be able to stand it up because it will kind of come up like that. Although I guess that really isn't too bad if you didn't mind the water bottle peeking out a little bit. So yeah, I would say all in all, I am absolutely obsessed with this bag. I love it so much. I'd be more than happy to do a more deeper wear and tear video just to see how it wears over time and if there's any scratches or scuffs or marks that kind of show up at the 6-month or 1-year mark. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to kind of add that into my rotation in the future. But for the most part, as far as first impressions go, I have to say that I'm completely obsessed with this bag and I really, really love it. I would also say based on my impressions of this bag alone, I would be more than happy to add future row bags to my collection. I really love the park toe. I think it is so sophisticated and very chic and simple. And I also really love the Margaux bag because that I think would be a great work bag, especially because it does have the zipper. I just feel like that would be a wonderful bag to add to my collection someday. I have to say their stuff is definitely on the pricey side, which is a little annoying, but so far I feel like the quality is very good and I was happy to find the secondhand. I'm not really quite sure if I ended up saving money on retail or not. Actually, I found out that I did save a little bit of money because the retail price for the Margaux shoulder bag is $4,900 on the website, and that is before tax. So I definitely saved a good chunk of money since I paid around $4,400 without tax for the bag that I ended up getting. The other thing too is I feel like this bag, at least right now, the resale value is pretty decent. I saw this bag going for at least $2,000 more than what I paid on Fashionphile. While I have no intention of selling this bag and I'm so happy with it, knowing that it has a pretty decent resale value makes me feel a little bit better. So for the measurements, let me measure the handle first so you guys can see. So the handle drop is about 10 inches, which I really love. I feel like this is a very generous handle drop and I love that it fits over my shoulder super comfortably. Now the measurements on the very bottom, it's actually closer to 14.5 inches. And then the height of the bag, just from the down here to where the bag ends, is roughly about, I would say, 7.5 to 8 inches. The sides of the bag at the very bottom, at the widest part of it, is about 7 inches. So it does protrude out a little bit, but because the top part right here is a little bit thinner and it gets a little thinner at the top, I feel like when you're holding the bag, it's not very cumbersome and it doesn't feel like it sticks out too much, even though the base of the bag is 7 inches. So hopefully that makes sense. And I guess just if you're curious, I might as well just do the top part as well. So the top is 12 inches and then the top part of the sides is, I don't know, this is going to be a little hard to measure because of the buckle in place, because you could undo the buckle and make it a little bit larger, but just for the sake of how it is right now, I'd say it's about 4 inches if you have the buckle and you have it kind of leaning in a little bit that way, the way that it's intended to look. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to answer. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you would also subscribe to my channel, that would really mean the world to me. And with that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.